What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Fresh Zapatos coming at you live with another video. Hope you guys are all doing well. I am doing great, can't complain. You already know, coming at you live from the M340. Got something a little special for you guys. I mean, not really, but a lot of people are curious, man. A lot of people curious. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a full walk around and review on the M340. Everything that I've done to it, top to bottom. As the car sits right now, cosmetically, I feel like I'm pretty done with it. I mean, I'm happy. Like, you guys gotta keep in mind, this is my daily driver. I drive this car every day. It's not my show build, it's not nothing crazy, like it's literally my daily driver. So for this car to be my daily driver, I think it's clean as F word. So let me turn this thing off and we're gonna hop right into this video, man. No BS. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time and give you some weird ass intro. We're gonna hop right into it. Oh, here she is. This is my 2020 BMW M340i. This is pre-LCI, so it's not the facelift. First things first, amazing car, guys. Like, honestly, out of all the cars that I've owned, as far as something that has like everything when it comes to performance, comfort, technology, looks, gas mileage, power, just like all around just a dope car, I don't think anything right now on the market is beating it. I mean, you can get one of these with some miles on it for probably a little bit over 40K. I have had this car for, it's been about a year and a month now. Completely satisfied with it. It has not given me any issues whatsoever. I mean, I have not gotten one check engine light. Okay, well, let me rewind that. I have got a check engine light, but that was only because I did active grill delete. But I ended up figuring that out and doing something, and we got rid of that. Besides that, I've never got a check engine light. The only problem that I ever had with it is the starter would out. And I'm gonna assume the starter would out because the previous owner, I'm pretty sure he was using the auto shut-off feature in the car, and I'm more than certain that's what killed the starter. But besides the starter going out, this car has not let me down. It has not given me one issue, and this thing has barely even lost a race. So before we get into like all the other stuff and how I feel about the car, we're just gonna hop straight into the mods. I'm gonna do a complete mod list on this car. It's definitely not a cheap mod list. Like, I have dumped quite a few coins into this thing. But also with the help of, sponsors and, getting a little bit of a discount and a hookup from certain people, I've saved a little bit of money. Easily, this car has about $20,000 into it, maybe a little bit more, but it's definitely up there. Let's start off with the front end. Sorry for my shadow. Honestly, front is pretty stock. We are running a full carbon GTS style hood from my guys over at Beamer Plug. We have the all black emblems from IND. OEM grill, just all black. I did have the older BMW style. I kept looking at the OEM one that comes on the 340s, and I was just like, I kind of like it a little more. I just think it was because I had the carbon one, and I think just the carbon hood with the carbon grill was just like, it was just too much carbon going on. Even though that sounds weird coming from me, but yeah, I just felt like it was too much. Headlights are stock, but we do have the yellow DRLs, and it is a little bit windy, guys, so I'm sorry if there's wind noise. I don't know where this wind came from. I don't think you guys would be able to see it because the sun's shining right on it, but nah, you can't see it. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, we do have the yellow DRLs. I picked those up from Bay Optics. They were like $300 or $400. In my opinion, it's a super great mod, especially if you have the laser headlights. Since these M340s remind me a little bit of like an M5 when they're heavily modded, just a little bit. I'm not saying it's an M5, don't get your panties in a bunch. They do resemble like somewhat of like a 5 Series. These newer 3 Series don't look anything like the older 3 Series. They completely changed the body style. It's a much bigger car. It has more of a 5 Series look. So basically I kind of copied like the CS style. I wanted that yellow DRL look. I think it just looks really good. As you can see, we got a little bit of red behind the grill. That is just some like Amazon plastic covers you could put over the brace bars. Super cheap, inexpensive. Like, it takes not even 5 minutes to put them on. Really cool little mod just to add a little bit of flavor to the front end. If you guys would notice, I don't have the active grill anymore. I did do an active grill delete on the car at first when I did it. Pretty saucy right here. We got the train coming through. Okay, okay. I'm about to make this about to be my thumbnail. What's up, my boy? He waved to me. If you guys remember when I did the active grill delete, basically, if you don't know what the active grill is, these slats that you see right here, it covers the entire grill, and I think it looks so freaking ugly. Like, first time I cut all of them out and just deleted it, and basically I was trying to code out the check engine light, but it just wouldn't work because what I did, I chopped the arms on the motor, and basically what would happen, since I didn't have the active grill anymore, the motor would overturn, and that would cause the check engine lights. So basically what I had to do is just get another active grill and cut everything out besides these ones and the ones on the end. So basically I still have the rail in there and everything operates as OEM. So this right here still will open and close, but it's just, I don't have the extra shit in there. So you can still see through. It just looks a little more mean, you know what I'm saying? Looks some more OG. That active grill looks super ugly to me. That's that. So we can move down here to the lip. The lip is from my good friends over at Adro.inc. The entire carbon kit I have in this car is from Adro. We'll get to the side splitters and the rear in a little bit. So that's the front end of the car, so we can move on to the side. Sorry guys, the way this paint be busting, like when there's no light on it, it should just look straight almost black. Like, it's super dark. That's another thing I get a lot of questions on, is the color of the car. It's not a wrap, it's actually an individual color from BMW. It's called Dravit Gray. It's honestly one of my favorite colors probably from BMW, if not my favorite. It just has this crazy, like, I don't know if this camera's gonna pick it up, but it has like green, gold, orange, gray, like it just has so many different colors in it. Beautiful color. And I think with carbon, it just looks so good. It has this gold bronze touch to it, and then when you go to the carbon, it just has that brown gold look as well, and I think it just looks so good together. So I didn't just buy this car and like got lucky with the color. I actually was looking for this color in specific. It looks really close to the Champagne Quartz that comes like on the M4s, but it's definitely a lot darker. Champagne Quartz is like super light. This one's like basically a darker version of Champagne Quartz. I was gonna turn the car so you guys can see the wheel better, but you can see it a little better on this side. We're running BBS LMs. This is a custom spec by me. I basically told my guys over at AR Motorworks the exact spec that I wanted, and everything came out perfect. As you guys can see here, full high gloss polish, gold hardware, step lip, everything came out absolutely perfect. Fitment is absolutely perfect. This is an 18 face, 19-inch barrel. Beautiful wheel. They are very expensive though. Yeah, they're very pricey. These wheels alone cost more than a lot of the mods that I did to the car. So the wheels are gonna take the cake on being a part of most of the price of this build. All the old school movies, the guys always had a 3 Series on BBSs. It's just BBS has always been like a staple for BMW. So you know, we had to do it one time. I've had Avant GTs on here. I've had 2 different sets of T37s. Yeah, just the BBSs are just, it just gives it that classy look. They're not like super aggressive, and I think they just fit the car well because it's not an aggressive car. Like, it doesn't look, it doesn't have that M3 vibe to it. So you know, going with a non like aggressive wheel, just really clean, I feel like they fit the car really well. We're running stock calipers that I recently had done by my guy Bulletproof Coatings. They came out really nice. I don't know if you guys can really see, but calipers came out awesome. We actually did them the proper way, dismantled them, took them apart, rebuilt them, painted them, and those came out great. Obviously stock doors, stock fender. We have these M style carbon mirror caps. It's actually a full replacement. It's not like a 3M cover, it's a whole like replacement. These, I believe I got them at ABS Auto Body, I believe so. So yeah, we have the carbon mirror caps. Move on down to the side. Like I said, we're running a full Adro aero kit. You know what, I'm just gonna turn the car to the side just because I feel like the light is real limited. So give me a second. All right guys, there we go. Now you can really see the paint is hidden. So absolutely beautiful color. They get a better look at the wheels now. Now that the sun's hitting them. Yeah, full high gloss polish, gold hardware. Really simple, but just beautiful wheel. We can move on down to the side splitter now. You guys can see it. full carbon all the way through. Very nice. And if you guys are wondering, yes, these do have a hole for the puddle light, so the puddle lights do work like OEM. You don't have to cut anything or do anything weird. So yeah, really simple. Damn. Yeah, you guys can see that paint now. It's hidden. Real quick, huge shout out to my guy, Upscale Detailing. We have paint corrected this and ceramic coated it, and it just looks amazing all the time, man. I love it. Like, it just, you guys can see it, man. You see it. Before we move on to the back of the car, I'll give you guys a good look at the rear wheel. The lip size is almost the same, although we are staggered. The lip sizes are really close. They look very similar, so kind of looks like a squared setup, but it's not. Beautiful wheels, man. Just looks so clean. Just nice paint, nice wheels. Just very simple, you know. It's not overly like aggressive or just too much. I just think it's very simple. Let's move on to the rear of the car. Like I said, full adro kit. That's including the trunk spoiler, trunk lip, whatever you want to call it. Full carbon. Looks beautiful. Sorry guys for the background noise. My boy just wanted to post up and park. Rear diffuser is also from Adro. This is a 3-piece set, so it splits up right here. Damn. Oh, hell nah. Ain't this a bitch? Look at this, guys. Look what I just discovered. Motherfucker. I'm scared to pull that out. I feel like it might leak. Damn. Man, this shit's some bullshit, bro. There's always fucking some shit in my damn tires. Always, bro. Always have some kind of shit going on in my I think that's just a sign just to buy new ones, guys. These ones are kind of toast anyways. Look at that shit. That shit is low-key dunzo. Like, there's no thread, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna buy new ones. It's about that time. More money. Let me get a good look at that. Sorry, it's dark over here. I don't really feel like moving the whole car again just to show you guys the rear. So yeah. Full diffuser all the way through. I used to have the GTS style OLED sequential tail lights, but once I knew I was doing the calipers red and doing the red center caps, I decided to just put the OEM tails back. Full Adro aero kit, that's all the carbon. GTS style carbon hood from Beamer Plug. IND black emblems. We also have the rear as well. You guys can see that. Obviously I have the black M340 as well. I did the roof in gloss black PPF. It's a little dusty right now, but the gloss black PPF looks awesome. The shit honestly looks like paint. It's dusty, but y'all see the reflection. It's damn near like the glass, bro. Like, roof looks awesome. One thing I forgot to mention is the coilovers. I am running KW V2. Awesome coilovers. The car drives amazing. I didn't play with any of the settings. I left it how it comes from the factory, I believe, right in the middle, and it honestly rides perfect. It's like not soft, but it's not stiff. I feel like for turns, if I really wanted to like maybe take this to the canyons or got into some more turns, I would probably need to stiffen it up a little. It has a tiny bit of body roll, but like not too much. And even at this ride height, it drives perfect. That's really gonna be it as far as the exterior mods on the car. I didn't go too crazy. You know me, guys, I'm very simple and clean. I don't ever do too much shit to my cars. OEM plus, like if I didn't have a last name, I would just change it to OEM plus, because that's just my vibe. I love the simplicity of having a nice car and just adding like just small things that make it look really good. So yeah, let's move on to the interior. Interior is pretty stock. We have these red belts done by my guy, West Coast Webbings. They look very nice. They just add a little bit of flavor to the you know, to the inside, as you guys can see from outside the car. It's just like something to look at, you know, like it stands out. Let's hop to the driver's side, and as you guys can see here, we do have a custom steering wheel. This is also from my guy at Beamer Plug, full custom. I basically told him exactly how I wanted it. I wanted the gloss carbon up here with the red stripe, carbon right here, Alcantara on the sides with the red stitching. I forgot the brand of my paddles, but we do have the carbon paddles brand. I just can't think of the brand. I really forgot the brand on the paddles. But yeah, man, I love the steering wheel. It's been holding up. Quality is great. I've been trying to keep it as clean as possible. But yeah, besides that, the interior is pretty stock. We have obviously some carbon overlay in here. This is carbon overlay. This is carbon overlay. This is carbon overlay. As far as the seats, these are, I guess you could say, upgraded factory. This is the Vernasca, I believe, leather. So it has the blue stitching. Not sure if the camera's picking that up, but these are definitely a lot more comfortable than the other like base model seats.
Later.
Well, ain't that about a bit? This motherfucker died on me. I had to go home real quick and get my other battery. So yeah, we're back, man. Another location. Bought this car basically a year ago. I got it with 25K. It currently has 41,000 miles on it, and like I said, this thing has not skipped a single beat. No issues whatsoever besides the starter going out. That was the only problem I've had with this car. So let's turn it off and we can go over the performance mods. Let's pop the hood, even though there ain't really shit to see. Can you guys see? Is the lighting good? Okay, the camera's busting. The camera's busting. All right, the camera's doing its job. We can see. So yeah, she is honestly kind of stock, guys. Like, it doesn't have a lot done to it. We got the good old B58. I'm running a CTS intake and a CTS charge pipe. I would say the intakes for these cars don't really do anything. Probably, if anything, you're just losing power. But I really just wanted it for the sound. Stock intake is probably best for these cars, just to keep it more consistent, keep the IATs down maybe a little bit. But I mean, the sound that you get from the intake is worth losing a little bit of horsepower, in my opinion. The car is on a stock turbo. Even though it feels like it has an upgraded one, shit is on a stock ass turbo. There is probably a little bit more room to do some revisions if I wanted to like really max the turbo out. I would say the turbo is probably about 85%, 90% maxed out. And close this.
Bro, you should never slam your hood.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways, I would recommend the charge pipe because when you tune these things, you start making a little bit more power. They might tend to maybe crack or just get brittle, get too hot or something, and then you have, you know, boost issues. So definitely would recommend the charge pipe over the intake, but if you want to get both, just get both. That is all we have going on in the engine bay. This car has stock injectors, stock fuel pump. I haven't did any fueling mods to this thing. Like I said, it's really stock. Besides the intake and the charge pipe, we are running an active auto work downpipe and a full Valvetronic exhaust. And that is all the car has performance wise. Obviously it's tuned. We are tuned by Jordan Tuned on Boot Mod 3. My guys over at PQ Performance have done all the work on this car, all the maintenance. They've been my day one since I started modding this thing, and I've had nothing but good experiences with them. So huge shout out to the guys over at PQ, and those guys over there are like family. So if you got a BMW, definitely be sure to holler at them. Even though this car is basically intake, downpipe, full exhaust, it is an absolute beast. Every time I drive this car, every time I race somebody in it, I am always surprised, bruh. These B58s are a different breed, bruh. Like, whoever engineered these B58s needs their ass ate. I ain't even gonna lie. Not by me, maybe by one of y'all, but they need their ass ate because they just did some crazy shit with these things. I think when this thing was stock, I just had a catted downpipe on it, no tune, nothing, just a catted downpipe. That's all I had on it when I first put it on the dyno. It made 386 wheel and 423 torque. That is basically bone stock. So coming from that, just doing an E50 tune, downpipe, full exhaust, this thing's making probably a little bit over 500 wheel now and about 600 torque. That is like crazy, bruh. And that is not like, oh, it's pushing it, like there's gonna be issues. That is reliable power. I know that even if I do want to add more power, I could still get the same results. The only reason that I haven't is just because like I'm just not at that point yet where I feel like I need to make it faster. Like, it's plenty of fun. Like, honestly, 500 wheel for an everyday car and like still getting extremely good gas mileage, like that is plenty of fun. You know, the power and the torque that this thing makes from the minimal mods that it has, I'm always happy. This thing has just been keeping me super satisfied. It's just been an amazing all-around car. Another thing to mention, I don't have the X-Drive. A lot of people think I have X-Drive. I don't know why, because I'm always fucking spinning. But this thing is a rear-wheel drive. I'm not trying to have all the power in first gear and hook, so I didn't really care for the X-Drive. I'm completely happy with the rear-wheel drive. As long as you have a decent tire on it, it does pretty well. I mean, these things are shot right now, and this car still kind of hooks third gear. And these tires are like absolutely donezo. If you get a really nice tire on these things, they'll hook up just fine. But yeah guys, that is my pretty much overall review on the car. Like I said, she's been amazing to me. There's a reason that I haven't sold this thing. I feel like the only upgrade would have been a G80. And just after having this car for so long, you know, the more G80s I see, I feel like the more I see that are just kind of all looking the same. You know what I mean? Like people are kind of, you know, more people are acquiring them and they're kind of doing the same mods to them. So I feel like all the G80s kind of look the same nowadays. It's like you have to spend crazy money to make it stand out. And you're already spending damn near 100K on the car. So it's like, I don't know, I think I'm fine with my M340, man. It's been a great car to me. She has not let me down, and we still have tons of power potential. Like trans turbo on this car, this thing will make 800 any day of the week. So it's like, you know what I mean? If I really want to make this shit fast, like it's snap of a finger, this thing will be flying. It looks great. It drives great. Still getting like between 23, 25 mpg if I'm cruising. I haven't even tested eco. I always drive it in sport. I drive it in comfort like here and there, but I never drive this thing in eco. So I'm pretty sure if I threw it in eco and drove it like really mild, this thing could probably get over 25 mpg, and that's on E50 blend. So keep that in mind. You know, that's not full 91, that's on an E50 blend. And you know, easily this car is still getting 300 plus to a tank. And it's like, you can't complain, bro. Good gas mileage, reliable, over 550 horsepower to the crank, no issues. It's like, it's hard to find that, bro. It's just honestly hard to find that. So for a daily driver, man, I feel like this is literally like the ultimate daily driver. Like, I don't really care what anyone says. I've owned more cars than a lot of people out there. I've got to experience different cars, and I know what's out there. I know what other cars are capable of. I know what other cars do. I'm not saying that I've had every car out there, but I've had a majority of them. You know, from this next level up, the only other cars I want would be like supercar shit, like GT3 RS, you know, like crazy cars. But as far as like, you know, cars that are under 50K, like I've pretty much had all of the, you know, obtainable like dream cars, you know, Evo, Vets, like I've had all that shit. So this is by far have been like one of my favorite dailies, definitely. I mean, I gotta say it is my favorite daily. So yeah, my mod list as far as this car obviously is a little pricey because of the wheels. The wheels honestly is really what's expensive on this car. Everything else is it's semi-pricey, but it's not like overly crazy or anything. Like, you still got to consider this is a 2020 BMW. It's not like an old one, so you got to keep that in mind. Like, stuff is not going to be super cheap for it. So that is my full mod list on this car. If there's something that I forgot or I didn't mention and you guys want to know, just drop it in the comments. But I'm pretty sure I covered everything that I did to it. And let me turn it on. I'll let you guys hear the exhaust, even though you guys have heard it so many times. And let you guys also see the yellow lights now. But yeah, man, I love this thing. I'll give you guys some revs with no burbles, just keep it in comfort. Things sound good too, man. B58s sound really good. For as small as that turbo is, it has a lot of spool on the D-cell. Like, when you hear these things from outside the car, that shit spools like forever, bruh. Shit sounds good, bruh. Throw it in Sport Plus. Got some burbles now. That shit gonna pop. Yeah, that shit's pretty loud. At least inside of here. Ooh, you hear that? You hear that spool down? Ooh, I love it. So now we could do a little walk around, so you guys can see how it looks with all the interior lights, everything on. Such a nice car, bro. I mean, the technology, the screens, like everything is just so perfect. It's all around just a perfect car, in my opinion. The yellow DRLs are super bright too. These things are hella bright. Idle be low-key mean too. But yeah, man, it's a great car. I love it. I've been loving it. She ain't let me down. So I think the next mod is getting some damn new tires for this thing, because these tires are shot. And maybe I'll be able to hook second gear again. So yeah, guys, that is my full review on my 2020 M340i. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's any other questions you have about it, just drop it in the comments below. But I'm pretty sure I covered everything. Hope this video gave you a little bit of insight on the M340i, especially if you guys are looking to purchase one. 10 out of 10 recommend this car. I just feel like for the price of this car, it's hard to beat what this thing can offer to you. So on that note, guys, I appreciate you for tuning in. Be sure to drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Catch you guys in the next one.